All right. We're getting ready to switch over. Just give me a second and we will go from there. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special evening for this is our first episode of Warm Fellas. I am here with the one and only Soulless Husk,
Hello.
in which Foogie is now being fucky wucky as always. So, oh, there you are.
Hello.
And
Now, no, please do your thing.
and tonight is going to be something casual. I am going to be doing the Hot Ones Challenge. In case you've ever seen the Hot Ones Challenge, it's 10 different sauces. We're going to have a back and forth dialogue, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to get cooked. There is a AMA redeem that you guys can use while we have the conversation back and forth. So it's going to be good for everyone, and we're going to have fun. And one of us might die. Hi,
Yeah, maybe.
Chris. Hi, Chris. Hi, Quest. Hi, Celestial. Hopefully you all are well tonight. Uh-oh.
What's up?
I forgot to put the thing. Because I
The
just
thing?
gotta... But I gotta redeem for the, whatchamacallit? My trigger fire.
I see.
Yeah, so
Actually, I should turn on my mix it up.
I will
Oops.
redeem that for you, so don't worry about using any more points. I got you, Celestial. I'm hitting all the buttons. Okay. Where is it? I got you. Even though it's a point, I got you.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Mhm.
There we go.
Mhm.
Our welcome to Costco. I love you. So you
Welcome
notice-
to Costco. I love you.
So as you can see, I have the wings, some fries, and the sauces. So go ahead and do your thing, Solus.
Sure. So hello everyone. Folks know me as a Soulless Husk. Today I'm just gonna be me. So I'm doing something a little experimental in today's channel. I am just a black cat for today. And thank you, Winston, for resubscribing at Tier 1 for 21 months. So I'm hoping to use this model and just kind of being me as thank you, Doug, for resubscribing for 13 months. Thank you for being a truly soulless coworker. But
It's okay.
I'm hoping to use this model for some like behind the scenes kind of like content in the near future. So it may not even be on this channel, but today I am less of the performer, Soulless Husk, and I am just me. And since I can't use my actual name on the internet without compromising my personal security, the form that I am taking, I have dubbed Mako Noodle, like macaroni noodle. He is a cat. Hello. So if I sound a little different, if my energy levels are a little bit different, I am not sad and depressed. I am just simply trying not to perform today. I'm here to enjoy hot chicken with Doug.
Hot chicken and a conversation.
Yes, and Doug, I do not care if you call me Soulless for the rest of the stream. I know who you're talking about.
Let's start with Mako. Okay?
Mako, that's me.
So,
I am a cute noodle. Hello.
yes. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna show off each boss in the between time, and then we'll get started. and kind of just jump into eating. I just got home from having knee surgery, so now do what you can to relax. I know surgery can be a pain, and then after having it is a whole different thing. But the best thing for you to do is just try not to put so much pressure on the knee and all that. Oh, thank you, Ryder, for the stretch. Yeah, because chiropractor doesn't play. I have to stretch out my back at least 2 to 3 times an hour.
Deep breath.
Because
It
sometimes
damn stretches in.
yeah, and I just took a deep breath because sometimes I forget to breathe. But
You better
don't-
remember to breathe.
oh my god, water. I'm getting hit with the entire
First, you need to stretch. Then you need to take a deep breath into water. This is like halfway between like an ASMR stream for me and actually just talking.
so,
This is great.
so let's go down these sauces. So I have, of course, the original
Mhm.
buffalo sauce. It is a heat level 2 out of 10.
Okay.
Then we got Angry Goat Pepper Co. Blistering,
Angry goat pepper?
yes, Angry Goat Pepper Company. Blistered shishito and garlic hot sauce. So then I got spicy sweet with a passion fruit. These Gaya hot sauce with a twist. I like the coloring on the bottle. Very tropical.
That bottle kind of reminds me of the like Nando's like artwork for their bottles of their peri peri sauce.
Mm-hmm. Then we have the Barbacoa Los Calientes, hot level 4 out of 10. Of course, for the hot ones. Now this sauce, I kind of had to pay out of pocket because when I got this, it was missing. Well, 2 of the sauces were missing. This is the Diablo Filipino hot sauce with a punch. Power jab.
Whoa, a Filipino hot sauce? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
And it's got a little devil with boxing gloves on it.
Oh my god, do we got like a Pacquiao on there, bad boy? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it may as well be. And now we're getting into the little the hotter sauce. We got Marshall's hot sauce, whiskey
Ooh.
smoke ghost. It almost looks like a whiskey bottle too.
It is a very lovely bottle.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
We got the ginger goat tropic star. An actual goat on there too.
Inner Filipino activated. I feel that too. I do.
All right, go ahead, Quest.
Oh, Doug, give me like 2 seconds.
All right. Oh, hi, Insanity.
Just gonna work
Yeah.
through the lovely raid. One moment.
And then we got the bomb. That is my roommate's. It's Rebellion from Devil May Cry. For his cosplay. He just never painted it. It feels like it's been 5 ever, Insanity. I can imagine. Also, Iggy's here too. Because I'm in his spot. We have Dawson's hot sauce, Zuzu's 7-pot sauce, is what the bottle looks like right here. And then last but not least, this is crazy because this was missing from the bottle, from the pack. The last dab. So when Solus finishes, we'll get started. But in the meantime, I'll also prepare a little bit. Hopefully you're enjoying some of the music that I have. And tonight, for wings, I am doing a Wingstop, which they are some lovely lemon pepper wings. Oh,
Doug,
yeah.
Don't hurt yourself, please.
No. All right.
I left you alone for like 5 minutes and I'm scared.
I just got done talking about all the sauces. I don't know
You have the same hat, that's great.
I don't know if you saw the other bottles, but
No, unfortunately, I didn't see the other bottles you showed.
so we left off at the Ginger Goat. This is
Yep.
what the bomb looks like.
I think I've seen the bomb before in like store shelves and things like that. Oh, folks, definitely if you want to see Doug display his awesome sauces and him eating the spiciest wings imaginable, go ahead, drop a follow on him. His name's on the title of today's stream.
This is Dawson's hot sauce.
Oh, thank you, Helsing. I appreciate it.
And
That's an awesome bottle.
Yeah.
That's a cool hot sauce bottle.
and then of course you have the last dab, which I was expressing my disappointment in the fact that I had to wait for
Yeah.
that I got this and they were missing the Filipino hot sauce and the last dab.
Actually, you know what? Since you're showing off all of your wings, I should take a picture of my food real quick and put it on stream for folks. Give me like a second to do that.
I'm so glad that I had this spare camera that I have so that I can do a food cam.
It is very lovely.
So
Get a little
the-
food cam action.
Also, the fries are Cajun fries, or as I like to call them, Gambit fries.
God damn it. Your Void Cat is super interested in your phone because of my model. Aw.
So,
It's nice to meet you too, Miki. How you doing?
also you can change my model at any time. The redeems are still there. My model is still up. It's actually above my webcam. So, Iggy just kind of tipped over. He's in the sunken place now.
He's in the sunken place. Oh no. All right, folks. I'm gonna see if I can get you a picture of my wings for tonight. They're really nice. I'll explain them in just a sec once Doug's done introducing his food.
Yeah, so, and the wings that I have at the moment are lemon pepper. Because I figure we'll kind of, I want a little bit of flavor to go along with the hot sauce. Because sometimes, you know, you can only do so much with the hot sauce, especially if the hot sauce doesn't have the flavor and it's just like scorching hot. So, but that is all I have. And then the Tupperware, I have a Tupperware to the side. That is a mango habanero, but that's separate from what I'm about to do tonight.
Nice. So I have a picture of my wings that I'm eating tonight. I have purchased it from it's called BBQ Chicken. It's got the most generic name possible, but it is a Korean fried chicken place. And I've had their fried chicken before, but I wanted to try their spicy galbi variant because I wanted spicy wings as well, but I've never tried this. And let me tell you, I ate one because I got a lot of wings. Like, goodness, so many wings. But I tried one of them, and oh my goodness, this is the best Korean fried chicken I've ever had. So I'm going to be putting just the tiniest bit of red pepper flakes to add some heat so I can keep up with Doug. But other than that, I'm going to be having a time.
We're going to be having a time. The Q&A, just talking about life, anything you want to know, all that.
Yeah, if folks want to do Q&A on my end, because I know Doug's got his own redeem, just do a highlight message on my end.
So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let me get this buffalo open. And as always, we just kind of eat and talk. Right. Yeah, that's a good amount. Iggy, I know you smell that. No.
How is it?
It's actually pretty good. I'm not expecting it to be spicy. It's like actual buffalo type sauce.
One thing that's nice about these is that it's a sweet spicy. And the whole box smelled like ramen. I was very perplexed. But yes, Ryder, it is better than that chicken place. It's so good.
So Solus, you've been doing, Mako, you've been working as Solus Husk for like about, what, a good year or two?
2 years. Yep, over 2 years now.
I don't think we've ever talked about, like, we've kind of talked about it behind the scenes, but what would you say it's, where you first gotten like the actual inspiration behind Solus?
I think I mentioned this once or twice before, but not very frequently. Oh, my fingers are sticky. But Solus Husk was first started because of two things that happened in perfect unison. The release of Elden Ring and me essentially having a crisis of faith with myself. So I'll describe the crisis of faith because I feel like that one is the more interesting story. Because the other ones, I wanted to play Elden Ring, but there was a caveat. So I'll do the other story first, which is I wanted to be someone who could do entertainment for people for like a number of years, like people have said, oh yeah, Solus, you have a great like radio voice, you'd be like awesome to like do like voice acting or like a radio show or like be on TV or something because like you sound awesome. I'm like, oh great, thanks. But I was also like a performer. I did like theater in high school and I really enjoyed it. I liked being expressive because me being quirky and expressive was considered mental malady when I was growing up more than anything else. So I had this moment where I was doing my job and I was kind of hating my job at the time. I was very upset. I felt like all of my creative motivation was gone. My entire way of living was just a sham. I didn't feel like me. And what ended up happening is I'm like, okay, I want to play Elden Ring, but I feel like everyone who's playing it right now just doesn't understand Souls-likes. They don't understand the Dark Souls series like I do, because I've played pretty much all of From Software's like Souls-likes for the most part. Even if I haven't beaten them all. But there were still some I want to play, so I was like, hey, what if I make videos on it? What if I do that? And then I wanted to put myself out there, but I was so afraid of just being me because I was afraid I was going to start a project with my name on it on the internet, and then suddenly, poof, I stop uploading, I stop doing the thing, and it's just a dead project floating in the internet that I'm not proud of. So, as a safety measure, I made a character, and he was called Soulless Husk, because I was telling my one friend, who's also a moderator on my channel, you know, I feel like I should have a character that represents being a hollow for all the Souls-like series, you know, because every time you die, you become a soulless husk.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the name came from. And the idea was that I would be like this faceless character who would be like this undead person who goes through the Souls series. It wasn't until after I started making content that someone was like, hey, you know, you're very visually expressive on your face. You should have your camera on. And I said, no, screw you, man. I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm like, hey, VTubing's getting popular. I can get a free VTubing model. Let's do that. So that was when I started using the Hijiki Black Cat model for Soulless Husk. And from there, I commissioned the full model, and the rest is history.
That's pretty good.
It's this is an opportunity for me to live a dream that I thought was just a far-flung fantasy dream, and I didn't expect to have so many people believe that I could actually make it. And so that's part of the reason I haven't quit yet, honestly.
All right.
What about you, Doug? I want to know, before we get into the next wing, when it comes to like doing content, speedrunning is a very particular type of content. What got you into it?
So, what got me into it was, at the time, I was on my way out of the army. I was still doing like videos at the time. I still kind of do videos here and there, but I mostly stream. And I saw a couple of videos of someone speedrunning through Resident Evil 1 Remake on the GameCube. And I thought, you know, maybe I should give this a go. So I did my first run, which I did in cosplay, funny enough. I believe the run is still up on my YouTube channel. I beat Resident Evil in 2.5 hours, doing the best ending, but I was also playing on the worst version of the game, which is the PS3 version. So I'm sitting here, I have to make sure everything is the way that it needs to be, that I'm recording, and I didn't have, I had the old school HD Elgato capture card too, so you know, everything was like so delayed, so I had to make sure that my camera was delayed when it needed to, showing me when I split, all that stuff. After I did that, I kind of stuck with Resident Evil Remake for a little bit, but it wasn't until I met my wife, and she kind of gave me like a little bit more fuel to kind of try other games. Like,
Welcome to Costco. I love
Hello,
you.
Nova. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. I was doing games like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and I learned how to play
Bungie.
I learned how to play the game Aladdin for the Super NES. One of the hardest, one of the many hardest SNES games and all that. And then from there, I just started collecting different types of games that were either requested of me and or found games that I like, that I'm like, oh, I know this game back and forth. Maybe I should run it. And from there, not only did I find speedrunning fun, I decided to kind of treat it as an escape a little bit. It was my own escape from my anxieties, and because it gave me a lot more to focus on instead of thinking about, oh, well, you know, something bad could happen here, or what's gonna happen next if this doesn't get taken care of, or any troubles that I have were gone because I had my own personal chess right here for speedrunning.
Mhm.
And I don't think a lot of people, you know, understand like the beauty of a hobby like speedrunning, because the way I see it is like if you play a game so many times that you love and you learn so much about the game, you can probably do it faster and pace yourself, or learn some new shortcuts, or even stuff you never knew that could happen within the game, like with stair skating in Resident Evil, or being able to like flip through certain walls depending on the game you're playing, or quick kills depending on like the boss, like
Mhm.
how you can get through with Mega Man and Mega Man 7, like a good order to get so that you can get all the weapons that you need, or oh, I can get this item right here instead of stopping in the store so much because I was able to find it.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like speedrunning has unlocked it's put my mind at ease, but it's given me quite a bit of opportunities in the long run, from like doing the dream races that I do for General Andrews, up to my very first GDQ that was at the last minute. Oh. It's something that it's not for everyone, but if you like the game that you're playing and if you know it back and forth, then it's for you. Oh, thanks, Kuru.
Thank you for this stretch.
Happy
Yes,
birthday,
happy-
Ryder!
Happy birthday, Ryder. Happy Halloween. You poured yourself a drink and toasting us? Oh, thank you.
I appreciate it. We appreciate it. So now I'm gonna get the second sauce set up. So
What's wrong, Daddy? What's wrong? Hmm? What's wrong?
okay, good. That's enough. I got it in the bowl. Ah. Birth.
I'm gonna tackle bacon. So much breading on this one.
Thank you, Chris, for 2 months subscribing to the channel. Okay, that's not too bad.
Mm.
So,
You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
not really.
Mm.
Still pretty good for garlic sauce.
Hmm.
It is the garlic sauce, so not yet to the third one. So, within your 2 years of streaming, you've done different. You've mainly focused on Souls-like, as well as your Road 2 series.
Mhm.
Throughout your entire Road 2 series, from like Elden Ring, and now working through the Resident Evil series, is there one game that has stuck out to you the most that you hold near and dear? And it can be from either Road 2 series. So
Good or bad, sticking with me.
good. Like that, the one game that you'll be like, hey, I'll come back at any time for it. You'll play it a few times on stream.
Let me think. I'm going to say this is an interesting one. I'm going to say Dark Souls 3 because that was the first time I had played that game. And I was kind of blown away by the game itself because I was told like, "Oh yeah, Dark Souls 3 is so good," you know. But until I played it myself, I didn't quite understand the hype. I was definitely a Dark Souls 1 kind of purist. I was like, nothing beats Dark Souls 1 because Dark Souls 2 is weird. But I played Dark Souls 3 and it was like rediscovering Dark Souls for me. And there's so much in that game that not just references the old games from the trilogy, but like it made me feel like I was actually stepping through a story that I had been invested in for the longest time. And then it's like, all right, here's your reward. We're all going to go through and answer some big questions for you of what's going to happen next. Like I think it was the Ring City DLC. It was all about like the Dark Soul itself. Just knowing that they were going to talk about it, like the namesake of the game, and making it a whole expansion about what's going to happen because of it, made me so happy. And the fights in Dark Souls 3 are really, really nice. There's like one I'm like on, but the majority of them were just, they were so beautiful. And there's tons of like the dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, like no, that's the Silent Demons. It's more like the like that one. That's Vort of the Boreal Valley. That's from Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
So like people were memeing the crap out of this game as well. Plus, it had that one moment I would have never expected in a game, but could have only happened in Dark Souls. I went through a marriage ceremony, but at the end of my marriage ceremony, I put a sword inside of my wife's forehead. And everyone in the game's like, all according to plan. And I'm like,
my wife.
My wife. My wife. It was so sad. I finally got to marry someone actually inside of Dark Souls, and this is how it rewards me. So.
Alright. That's pretty neat.
What would you say was the game that... Was there a game that you wanted to speedrun, but then you just kind of tried it and you just kind of gave up? You're like, nah, I'm not speedrunning this game.
So, believe it or not, I actually tried to speedrun Mortal Kombat 11 on very hard, and I was using a Noob Saibot. I actually had some difficulty with it because the game would like every time I would split, it would pause, and I'm just like, no, don't do that. With the way like the keyboard binding is sometimes and all that, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll figure it out another time. There was one time that I was challenged to possibly do Battletoads and Battle Maniacs on the Super Nintendo.
Uh-oh.
And I played the... So what I do is I'll play the game. If I feel it's up for me to run, then I'll run it. If not, then I'm just like, fuck it, I'll move on to something else. And that's what ended up happening with Battletoads. I'm like, you know, the game is good, but there's too many genres in one thing, in one game. The way that Rare made Battletoads, it's like, 1 minute I'm doing the beat 'em up stuff. The next minute, I'm on a fucking speed bike going down Turbo Tunnel. Next minute, I'm on like this little hover platform trying not to get stabbed by spiked woods. Or I'm doing a rat race to get to the end of the level.
Can't wait until you get to the rhythm section.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And
no, I get you. That must be like a mess. Because you'd probably be trying to speedrun a section, and you're like, okay, I got it. And then you got to get a whole different set of skills for the next level.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love Battletoads. Battletoads in Battle Maniacs on the Super Nintendo was ahead of its time, I believe. And a lot of the stuff that Rare tried to do at that time was something. And I love Rare games. My thing is that there's some Rare games that I'm just like, oh man, I really want to give a shot and just kind of see what happens with it. Like, I do want to speedrun the arcade version of Battletoads because that has some it has some actual like focus amongst the beat 'em up stuff with a little bit of genre changing, but it's not like too crazy. And it has an in-game timer, so I don't have to use an actual timer for the game. I can just time myself based within the game and then submit it.
I've never heard of Wizards and Warriors 2. That sounds neat.
So the funny thing is that Battletoad, the arcade version, was supposed to be on the Super Nintendo, but they ended up canceling it. I forget the reason why. However, they put Battletoads on the Game Boy. I think it was on Game Gear, Sega, Super Nintendo, NES, and we didn't have a Battletoads game up until the Xbox and Steam version that dropped. And that game itself is just... You thought the OG games was everywhere? No. One minute you're beating up enemies, the next minute you're fucking platforming in a way you never thought you would platform. Then you're in a spaceship shooting other spaceships and doing like these puzzles to bring the ship back up to speed, and just like, oh my god. But yeah, that is the one game that I've tried. Well, second game that I've tried, and I'm just like, fuck it. Maybe if I have enough brain cells for it, just not tonight.
That's very fair.
With that, let's go ahead and jump into the next boss.
I'm having a grand time with this chicken, man. It's so good.
This guy, let's see. Iggy is walking around too, by the way. Hi, Devil.
Yo, you're gonna put the last dab on Iggy and eat him?
No, I'm not going to eat Iggy.
That would be like the craziest end to your stream. It's like, alright, last dab. Iggy, get over here.
Oh my god.
Again, I got me some spicy galbi chicken, folks. It's Korean fried chicken, and it's so good. That's why I got little sesame seeds and green onions on it. It does work really well with the kitty, don't it?
Mako, if there was one thing that you would want to share with the crowd, IRL, what would it be? It could be anything. It doesn't even have to be like too personal or whatever.
Just something I haven't shared that I like to share. That's something I want to share that I haven't shared. The reason why I don't do many videos is not because I don't have time, but I really feel like my video editing skills are very inaccurate. Not inaccurate, but inadequate. So it's more of a mental thing than anything else. once I get past that, I think I'll finally be able to make more like YouTube content, YouTube shorts, maybe even some like Twitch stories or whatever. But I'm always very self-conscious. Like I am someone who has incredibly low self-esteem. Like incredibly low. And it's been a roadblock for me my entire life. So I wanted to let people know that part of the reason you don't see certain things like content of mine or see me like streaming now and again is either I'm burnt out or I just have zero confidence in myself. And it takes a lot to build that up. Bless you.
Thank you.
It's one of those things where I got to build myself up to it. And, you know, I've gotten better at it over the years. That's the whole reason the channel exists. So,
napkins, but that is interesting. Like, I can imagine like the pressures of making sure everything you want everything to go as planned, but the moment you upload it, it's just like, oh no, it looks like shit.
yeah, honestly.
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna get a napkin really quick because. Oh man.
Thank you for head hugs, Winston. Elongated, yeah. But if there's anyone listening out there who's like, oh, I don't want to do this, that, or the other thing because I'm not good enough, I'm not like smart enough, I don't have the skill. We're all like that. We get randomized skills upon birth, and sometimes the thing you want to do is not the thing you're skilled at.
Yep.
But the cool part is you gotta try. It's like you gotta gain the XP. You gotta make some pretty like dog shit content before you get good, you know?
Yeah.
So if there's anything you ever wanted to do in life and you're like, I don't have the skill to do that, great. Because that means you'll have the opportunity to learn it. And every mistake you make, you're going to try and avoid it in the future. Because all those people who are skilled at stuff, they've made those mistakes before and you just hadn't seen it. So, I mean, if folks want to do streaming as a career, do it. If you want to go ahead and be a fucking astronaut, do it. Just put forth a good amount of effort into it and accept that failure is not a punishment. It's part of the learning experience. That's how you get better. It confirms that you can get better if you fail. If all you do is succeed, that's it. That's your peak.
Yep. That sauce wasn't as spicy as I was expecting.
Ooh.
It didn't have a kick, but it tastes good.
What is a meal you've had as a child that you don't think people would expect to be like a nostalgic meal for you? What's something nostalgic in like food wise that people would not expect?
Oh, it's no secret that, you know, I love chicken, but I would say the most nostalgic meal that I don't really get to eat or have much is corned beef.
Corned beef? You never talk about corned beef.
Because my grandmother used to make it a lot of the time.
Oh.
And sometimes my mom would make it, but whenever I do get a chance to, spend time with my grandmother, sometimes she'll just surprise me and be like, hey, I made corned beef. I'm just like, ooh, you know? Or and I'll have some for work and all that.
Do you get corned beef with like anything else or is it just?
I do corned beef, arroz con habichuelas. Sometimes she'll make a salad for me, or sometimes we'll have like tostones. But yeah, corned beef is something that I don't really get to eat all the time. But when I do, it's just, it's just one of those senses of ecstasy, and it's like, damn, I haven't had this in a while and it's still good.
it's funny because similar to that, my mom occasionally makes fun of my dad on like the fact that he can only cook like 5 recipes, but one of them is corned beef. He can make like good cooked corned beef and then white rice because that's something my mom would want, and that is a breakfast food to me. Is like corned beef and rice, corned beef and white rice. And if folks have never tried that before, if you like saute some corned beef with a little bit of onion and you get yourself some like white rice like you would from like an Asian market or whatever. Oh, it is a divine experience.
That is nice.
Host asks him, "And what about you?" And says, "I'm a snail." Host says, "Who's that on your back?" That's Michelle. Oh no. Devil, appreciate all the bad jokes. I do appreciate the puns.
We love Devil here.
That's actually a really funny pun. I like that one. It's pretty good.
All right.
Doug, I have inhaled a piece of chicken and I didn't even realize it. I'm like, where's the rest of the chicken? It's gone. It's inside this little container and it's just like one little morsel left and it's just bone. Like,
Dude.
that shit's gone, man.
It's like that meme where the guy shoves the cake in his mouth or whatever, and he's just like, "That's it."
That's it?
All right, so now we're moving on to the barbacoa sauce. It's supposed to be a heat level 4.
I love me some barbacoa.
And it's the 4th sauce, actually.
Yeah, I did Kirby that chicken.
We're almost at the halfway point, so. I put it on here already because the one thing I don't want to do is for it to drip and then Iggy gets curious. Oh, that actually had a lot of flavor.
Mmm. Barbacoa, right? So
Yeah.
it's gotta be, man.
I've never had barbacoa, and if I did,
Really?
I don't remember.
Oh. Barbacoa is good. This chicken is so crispy, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and get some ASMR for the mic.
So Mako,
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ginger.
what is your, when you're not streaming or hanging out with the boys,
Mm-hmm.
what is your favorite pastime or hobby?
I don't want to say video games because it's a cop out.
Mhm.
So it really depends. I've got like a huge variety of interests outside of just like making content, hanging with the boys, and like playing video games.
Mhm.
I don't get to do all of them because like if it's one of those things, oh, what do you like to do for fun? I'm like, bowling.
Ooh.
Bowling is the perfect profession to watch engineers and programmers fully formulate a plan on how to knock down all the pins and then physically fail and watch their hearts break as they turn around realizing their plan failed. I do like bowling. But also, other than that, I like doing a lot of like creative writing pursuits. Like I have a story I've been like plugging away at and trying to figure out how I want to tell that story. It's part of the whole like thing about Solus Husk as a channel is that there's a story I want to tell that I want to do through the re-debut. There's like a character I want to play as Solus Husk, and that's like my creative outlet for it. I like doing fun little creative projects like that. But oh, you know what's something I haven't done in a bit that I really want to do?
What's that?
I want to build something like Legos or like some sort of like a model or something. I want to build something because I love building things with my hands. It's fun. But I do get frustrated when it's not like perfectly aligned. Not because it's not perfectly aligned, but my hands were unable to do it. Again, it's a whole confidence issue problem. I just move it slightly apart. I'm like, no, your big meaty grippers couldn't do it. No.
Not the meaty grippers, yo.
You made gravy with black cherry energy drink earlier? What the heck? Is that possible? I don't know.
I just
But-
kind of cringed a little bit just now hearing that.
Yeah, I'm like, Kyle's like, I don't know about that, man. But I really want to go ahead and build something. There's actually, I'm giving folks like my dad Christmas presents soon. I'm gonna start shopping for it because we're getting close to that time of the year. And there's a website that makes these like 3D puzzles of sorts, where you can kind of like they're made of like a thin like plywood-esque material, and then you pop them out and you put them together and they become a thing. Last year I got him all of these like little book nooks, so you can it's like a little diorama you can put in a bookshelf, and they got little lights and stuff. And I got him like a 4-pack of those so he can put it on all the bookshelves we have at home. So I kind of want to grab something like that for myself, just to play with something.
Okay, that's pretty neat.
What can I ask the Doug man?
You can ask anything you want. After all, this is the AMAs.
Wandering Souls, you got a question for Doug that I can ask him? Or we're gonna ask the man. God, when I have my own channel, they won't be Wandering Souls anymore. That's gonna be awkward.
That's gonna be something you're gonna have to transition from.
Yeah, this is gonna be weird. As long as today goes well. If today doesn't go well, I guess the last time you see me.
It's like having to use the left brain and then you forgot that you need to go to the right brain. And...
Yeah, if folks want to ask questions to myself and Doug, on my end, you can just use the highlight message redeem, and I'll know it's a question for us.
And on my end, you can use the Hot Ones AMA, so you can ask anything that you would like to know. Just know that if it gets too close to the sun, we're probably not gonna...
He'll let you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Yakuni, how's it going?
So...
Oh, I've got one for you.
How you doing?
First off, thank you, Yakuni, for resubscribing for 22 months. What made you decide that Day of the Dead was going to be a theme you wanted to keep for your channel? Like for your aesthetic for PNG and stuff like that? Where did the inspiration for that come from? What made you make the decision?
So, believe it or not, as I started meeting different like GTubers like MC Bone, Vapor Skull, I met people like Deathman. And at the time, just watching it's okay, Iggy. No one's coming to get you. You're safe. His ears perked up when he heard a pop outside. But but seeing Deathmap and then a bunch of other PNG tubers that were Day of the Dead style, it kind of inspired me a little bit. So I'm like, oh wow, there's people that are, you know, like me, Hispanic, doing something like this in this aesthetic, and I decided, oh, why not? Let's do it. Let's have fun. And so I went to Stoop, and I'm just like, hey Stoop, I have a really good idea what I want to do for PNG tubing, and I want to debut on this day. Can you cook something up for me? And they delivered, in which you know, my first model, it don't. Some people say my first model looks like a wrestler almost,
Mhm.
and Iggy's there and everything else. So,
I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw your PNG, I thought you were a wrestler. I thought you were a luchador.
I do love watching lucha libre wrestling too.
It's like why not both, right?
Mm-hmm. And what was it? Chris just asked me, "Have you thought about cosplaying and streaming?"
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've actually done a couple of cosplay streams a couple of years back. I did one as I was dressed up as Guy from Final Fight, and I was playing through Final Fight 2, one of my favorite game series, and I actually speedrun Final Fight 2. But I think there was a time that I dressed up as Chris Redfield in the RE5 outfit, which I have, and I have like the Lost in Nightmares fit and his regular RE5.
You got them
with
Chris Redfield bulging muscles.
I used to.
I wish
I
you used to.
Like I used to be in like a pretty good shape, where I was like.
But like
fit.
Chris Redfield's
not to where I'm trying to punch a boulder, but you know.
he's boulder punch material. Like he's got it.
Yeah, now I'm looking like the boulder a little bit, or getting ready.
The boulder would like to eat more hot wings.
Exactly. So, with that being said, we are on to our fifth sauce. Diablo,
Oh boy.
the Filipino hot sauce.
Mm.
This is supposed to be a
Sarapian.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. It's kind of mid. Yeah, it's kind of mid.
Kind of mid, you know.
It's kind of mid. 5 out of 10. Kind of mid. the slow, the death by 1,000 cuts of this chicken. I'm telling you, man.
Yep, there it is. That nice golden brown on there.
Ooh, nice.
There's the kick.
Mm.
It's not as hot as I was expecting it to be, but it's starting. It's got a build up.
Ooh.
Like you'll taste the flavor, and then, ooh. Oh. Can you play that sound?
Oh yeah, I can play that sound. Yeah, give me a sec. Where am I? I am over here, just to make sure I'm doing the thing. I got you.
Ooh. Okay, it's got a little kick. Oh.
Yeah. That kick is. Okay.
But yeah, if you have any folks who have questions for us, feel free to let us know.
Mm-hmm.
My immediate question for the folks still thinking of questions is, did you get a chance to celebrate Halloween? Or, this is a rare occasion, are there any viewers today who had celebrated Diwali recently? Because that holiday fell on Halloween for the first time in a while. So we normally don't get to have dual celebrations for that. Duhu Diwali.
I don't think Chris understands.
It's a holiday in India. You can go ahead and Google it a little bit and get yourself educated. It's I don't really know too much about Diwali myself, but I think it's like what little I know, I probably butcher what it's actually about. We live in the internet age. You can look it up. But yes, that's a thing. I was at work and like 90% of my Indian dev team was out of office.
That's
So
probably why.
they had one dude in their team holding down the fort for the day. And I made sure we got through all of our meeting as fast as I can. And I'm just like, all right, dude, go ahead and do the rest of your day. You've already finished your workday, go home. I'm starting my workday, so.
I'll take it from here. Now, Mako,
Yeah.
before streaming and before like some of the creative writing that you've done,
Mhm.
has there been a passion for anything else that you wanted to do?
Yeah, of course. There's what I like personally like to call like the 100 different career paths I chose not to take. So, one of which is like top of the list is astronaut. I love space. Space is very cool. Space is very scary. It's very cool. And I wanted to be an astronaut as a child. And I looked up everything necessary. I even know what I wanted to be, what kind of astronaut I wanted to be. I wanted to be a mission specialist.
Wow.
That's the title of the job I wanted. I wanted to be a mission specialist that could go onto a shuttle and perform experiments in zero gravity. What would I do? I had no idea. I was a child. I didn't know what they would do in space. So
I wanted to be up there.
I just wanted to be in space, just be with the stars, go on foreign planets, enjoy the romantic view of space. But if you've seen anything of like people going into space more recently, there is like no one sending human beings out into space right now. It's not cost effective versus like probes and stuff. It's not very practical. Hell, they're like shutting down the International Space Station, for goodness sakes.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, they're decommissioning it, and which is like really upsetting. But it was a dream that I had as like a job for so many years, and I looked up all sorts of stuff. I went to like at least 2 types of space camps because I was just interested in space. And I chose not to pursue it after a while. Actually, a little short history lesson of me is I decided to pivot from being an astronaut probably like in 7th grade. So from like a child up until like 6th, 7th grade, I'm just like, I'm gonna be an astronaut. And it just turns out I started pivoting from that. And then it was like, oh, I'm going to make video games. And then that didn't quite work out. I wasn't too disappointed in that because my actual day job got me all the things I really wanted to do from the game dev positions. But streaming has kind of been like the nice confluence point of, hey, I mean, I can do whatever I want to do, be whoever I want to be, and be creative.
I'm here.
It's nice. I'm here. It's nice.
That's pretty neat. Man, so listen, Mako in space.
I'm a kitty in space.
Now your model needs to have an astronaut hat on.
I do need like a little astronaut helmet. Another profession I've thought about in my head is I wanted to be like a Willy Wonka. I wanted to own my own like chocolate and candy store where we make it on site.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I wanted even to have like a food truck for it, where like I could go to like events with my candy and stuff like that. But nah, I didn't pursue any of that. Plus, when I found out what like molten like sugar can do to your body when it like if you aren't protected, like that's dangerous. Just like hot molasses hitting bare skin is like a nightmare. And I'm like, let's avoid that version of cookery, and I'll just I'll pursue other paths.
That's pretty neat.
What about you, Doug? What about you? Is there a place that, like, in the world you want you would love to move to. Say I'm like, I have a house located in ideal place to live. Here it is. I'm giving it to you. You don't have to pay for it. It's fully paid off. This is your house now. Where is it at? Where do you think it's at?
A part of me would probably be like every other weeb and be like, I want to go to Japan.
Go Japan.
But honestly, if given the choice to leave the U.S. and all that, I would pack Iggy, myself, my wife, her family up. Either go somewhere in like South America, like
Okay.
I don't know, like maybe out in like Brazil or Guatemala.
I
or
send you to Brazil.
you know,
Be gone.
or even
I send you to Brazil.
or even maybe a Dominican Republic or somewhere.
Okay.
Was there one?
You don't want to go to Chile?
I mean, I wouldn't mind checking out Chile. I just.
That's where they got chinchillas.
Oh wow. Was there one speed run that you wanted to do better on? I think there's a lot of speed runs that I want to do better on.
I feel like that's the art of speedrunning, right? It's
Yeah.
like, which one do you want to improve on? All.
So, like, there are some people that they'll hit a certain time and then they'll just be like, okay, I'm done. I'm never coming back to this game because they've dedicated all their time and frustration and tears into it. But for me, if there was one game I would like to kind of come back to and like really hit hard coming back to is Mega Man 8. Mega Man 8 per se, because a lot of people within the Mega Man community, they do not like that game. And Mega Man 8 is actually one of my favorite Mega Man games because it introduced so many things you can do with Mega Man, from being able to swim underwater to actually have a button dedicated to the Mega Buster, so that even if you had a weapon out, you wouldn't have to worry about switching to the Mega Buster. You can always have something charged up while using another weapon. It was on the PS1 and the Sega Saturn, and then they put it on the PS2, Chris. But the story of Mega Man 8 I always found interesting because you have a space entity, like a space robot, space alien by the name of Duo that crash lands while fighting something, some sort of evil space type thing, in which Dr. Wily takes and infects the other robot masters, in which he's still trying to take over the world and finding more ways than one to do that. But I feel like Mega Man 8 is a very underrated game. It gets all the hate for no reason. And for it being a 32-bit, at least I want to say it was 32-bit at the time, I think it still holds up to this day.
Nice.
Alright.
I made myself extra fluffy. Yay.
Oof.
Extra fluffy.
Right, I'm just getting next sauce ready. This is the Marshall's hot sauce, the whiskey smoke ghost.
Oh no. I knew I was smart, but I didn't realize I was this dumb.
That's not good.
Yeah, there's like a cut on my finger, and I think a little bit of the sauce went inside the cut in my finger.
Oh no! Solus got the spicy fingies.
I got the tinnitus in my fingers.
Oh my! The ringing.
Oh no!
The ringing in his. Oh my god!
So this is super TMI, but it's a fun story. I have like a single cut on my finger that hasn't healed in a while. Well, it's more than that, but right now it's healed up to a single cut. But it's on my index finger. So it gets so much leverage throughout the day for just miscellaneous tasks, it just doesn't want to heal. So there are times, like right now, where I'll touch something and it's like, ooh, you know what shouldn't be in your bloodstream? Spicy Korean sauce. And I'm like, no! My Korean sauce in my fingers. It hurts so bad, Doug. It hurts so bad. I'm getting a different kind of pain. You're gonna say microplastics? That's fair, Winston. That's fair. Delicious microplastics inside my fingies. So what's the verdict on this sauce, Doug? How you feeling?
It definitely goes down smooth.
Ooh.
I'm expecting for it to kick up, but it hasn't yet.
Yeah, Ginger, I had some of the spicy like wing sauce for my food slip into a cut in my finger and it hurts. I'm experiencing the wrong kind of pain from today's stream. Also, Doug, I feel like you're jipping out the audience here. I was expecting you to start going through things and you'd be like, oh my goodness, I can't.
I was expecting that too. I don't know if it's my my heat resistance or what.
It could be your heat resistance, honestly. Because you like spicy food.
Yeah, I do like spicy foods.
Add some lemon juice to it, why don't you? I don't have lemon juice with me. I also feel like that'd be a terrible idea to put in my
They
cut.
want you to cut a lemon open and just squeeze it in there.
Cut my finger while trying to cut a lemon. Just do it all at once. Make my life absolutely miserable.
My mouth is, I will say this though, my mouth is pretty spicy. There we go.
Your mouth is very spicy. What does that mean?
It feels spicy, like I can feel the heat emitted from it, and that Diablo sauce definitely did bring up the spice quite a bit.
Nice.
But for some reason though, this hot sauce, this whiskey smoke ghost.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder it went down like whiskey too, so.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't need my finger anymore. I can donate it to Shio. She'll take it.
There we go. According to Chris, I have +10 heat resistance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, let's talk comics for a bit, you know?
Sure.
Who was your go-to comic hero growing up? And do you still collect comics by any chance, or were you ever big on comics?
So I never actively collected comics, although my father, he owns a lot of comics. Like, they're all in like boxes, like stowed away. He has like a single set of like comic collection that he's got that he does not touch. It's actively collecting dust as we speak.
Oh, wow.
But I know that he had like a bunch of Spawn comics. Like he was a big Spawn comic collector, which is funny because he never talks about Spawn. Like it's never a topic that he talks about. He just has like a cajillion Spawn comics and he never brings it up in conversation ever. Like even when there's like a Spawn related thing, he just doesn't say anything about it. He's just, it rolls right off him. I'm not sure. Maybe he just doesn't care about the character anymore or something. But my collecting of comics, I got a free comic on Free Comic Book Day at the movie theater.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was like Spider-Man and like Power Man teaching kids not to do drugs or something. And like, dude, I was like 7 or something.
That
It was-
sounds about right, to be honest.
Yeah, I was a young bean, and it's interesting because like I hate spiders. Like I don't know, man. I can't stand spiders. I understand they're important, but I also want to understand that they're important very far away from me. But like Spider-Man never really made me upset, like for being a hero. If anything, he was like everything about Spider-Man made sense to me, right? Because like he's a hero that has a secret identity, and he's just a fucking nerd. He's just a nerd man. How is he super powerful? The absolute winning of the lottery of getting bit by a radioactive spider. So anything he succeeds in, you're like, oh, he got superpowers by being bit by a spider. Like, sure, he probably practiced one or two things, but like, I don't have to feel bad that I can't be Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man for a reason. And just one of the greatest things about Spider-Man to me, which is why he's still a beloved hero for me, even though I don't actively collect anything from him. Like, I play games with him in it. Like, if there's a Marvel game that's got Spider-Man, I want it because it's Spider-Man. But Spider-Man always has a special place in my heart because if you really talk to like the comic book nerds, it's like, what is Spider-Man's greatest like power? It's his willpower. Is like he just doesn't give up, and he always wants to see the best in the world, and that was something I wanted to emulate. I wanted to be that person. So, of all of like the Western heroes, Western comic heroes, he's somebody who sticks with me. What about you, Doug?
So, the New York thing would be for me to say that I too am a big Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that's a cop out. You can't be
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
I'm in New York. Is it Spider-Man? No, there's got to be more, right?
I mean, like I grew up off Spider-Man, but I've also I like the X-Men. I like some of the Fantastic Four. I would say, what else? Who else was there? Iron Man, I was very indifferent about, but for me it was Spider-Man, but then there was the X-Men as well. The X-Men always had like a special place in my heart. A lot of people like to shit on the X-Men because of the fact that they like to say the X-Men's not woke. But I feel like what they don't understand is that with the X-Men, they bring out real world problems from like the...
I'm like, how could you say the X-Men are not woke? Their entire premise is that they're a marginalized group.
Yeah. They're a minority of mutants that just want to have the same basic rights as humans do. However, they're hunted down by Sentinels, and then you have someone like Magneto that believes that mutant kind is the superior race over the humans, while Charles is trying to kind of get everyone to coexist. And you know, just that dynamic of, you know, fighting for your people versus fighting for everyone to live together in harmony is like, I feel like to this day a lot of people don't understand that, and it's always us versus them.
Yeah.
You know, red versus blue, or you know, that newspaper is purple, well, this newspaper is green. You know, I'm just like, you're reading the same shit, just a different color.
It's true.
So,
I do have a favorite X-Men.
who is
And
your
that-
favorite X-Men?
That has to be it's got to be Professor X. And I think it was like not just the fact that he's got like the cool psychic abilities, but the fact that he had stood up that school so that mutants can kind of control their powers. I always thought that was that. Yeah, I just thought that was like probably the best possible use of his time and resources. Is like, I see an issue in my community and I'm going to build a community to help them out. And I'm like, that's so sweet. I love that. Plus, this man can lift things with his brain. That's cool. Professor X is super awesome. I mean, that's where the last name of Solus Husk's actual name comes from, because his like full actual name is Ripley Alexavier. So you got Xavier in there.
So basically, this is you right now.
Incredible power!
Yeah, basically.
So that's pretty neat. I like Charles, but I would say my favorite X-Man would have to be Wolverine. Logan.
Wolverine's cool.
Like, that man has been through the Civil War, World War One and Two. He's been through it all, and for him to kind of end up in the Weapon X program, to have adamantium claws and all that, the fact that he struggles a lot with the.
This chicken smells so good.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic of superheroes, what anime was of interest for you? So, I started watching, well, I just finished up Oshinoko. Their second season wrapped up, and they already announced the third season, but the manga itself is about to end.
If you're interested in superheroes, like Western superheroes, and you want a fun anime to watch, you have several options. One that I see almost never recommended, and it's a shame that it doesn't, is Tiger and Bunny. I think you can watch it on Netflix. Dub, sub, I don't care. Watch Tiger and Bunny. It's really, really good. Like, visually, it's very cool. And also, it is a show that the characters are designed like Western superheroes in many ways. So, like one of the main characters, Wild Tiger, his whole deal is that he just has super strength for for as long as his powers activate. And then the whole crux of why it's called the show itself is there's a dude who doesn't have a secret identity. He's just known as Barnaby Brooks Jr.
Oh, wow.
He is an up-and-coming hero, because in this world, heroes are like commodities. When they save the day, it's televised. So these people are essentially performers, not just heroes. And Wild Tiger, he's all traditionalist. He hides his identity. He cares more about saving people than looking good. But Barnaby's whole deal is that he's brought into the organization because he's really marketable. He's really good at selling himself, and he is a hero. What is the superpower? The exact same as Wild Tiger's power. He also gets super strength. So because Wild Tiger's numbers are falling, they make them into a duo.
Oh, God.
And the reason it's called that, Tiger and Bunny, is because Tiger keeps looking at Barnaby's outfit, and they gave him like speedster little like swooshes on his helmet, and he's like, I don't understand why you keep using your super strength to just hop around the place all the time. With your helmet, you just look like a bunny. So they became known as Tiger and Bunny.
All right. That is interesting. I may have to look it up. In fact, I just saw that it's also on Peacock and Tubi.
Hell yeah. Look it up. It's good. I actually have a figure of Tiger and Bunny, and they're like 8-9 inch figures or something that I built.
That's neat.
How you feeling? You ready to continue climbing your hot wing
Yeah. 'Cause
road?
Next is the ginger goat.
Ginger goat. Nay.
Oh man, that actually smells pretty strong.
Well, if it's got ginger in it, it's probably gonna be pretty strong.
Got it like a nice golden yellow to it. Hey, look at that thing.
Ooh. Wonder if it's got turmeric. That'd be nice.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more out of it. It's not as spicy, but I think the bomb is gonna be what folds me.
I feel like the bomb is gonna knock you on your butt.
Yeah.
Just flat on your ass, man. I'm sorry. I can feel it coming now. Because you're like, oh, this isn't bad, this isn't bad, this isn't bad. And then one designed to be hot. You're gonna watch this man's face like melt on stream. He's gonna turn into a soup. Just light work, no reaction, and then just.
So, Mako, what is a go-to movie of yours? Like, a movie that you can watch all the time without being bored of it. If you know you're having a bad day, you can just plop that bad boy on and be like, oh, nice.
I don't know if I could plop the one I was thinking of on if I have a bad day. I feel like I would be very, very upset if I watched it when I was upset. I feel like it would make me feel worse before it makes me feel better. So I think I kind of want to talk about that one because it's really good. And that is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Have you ever seen that movie before?
Everything Everywhere All at Once. I do not think
Yes.
I've seen that movie.
Highly recommend watching that movie. It also has I forget the name of the actor. The guy, he's like he was like a famous child actor. I think he was even in like Indiana Jones. Little Asian guy. But he basically returned to acting like with this movie as like a big like return to, you know, the industry, and he does an amazing job in it too. It's essentially about
One
yes.
wasn't he the kid? He was the kid from Indiana Jones.
Yes, that's what I was trying to jog the memory from. Like, he was the kid from Indiana Jones, and then he shows up in this movie and he's fantastic. But like, all of the actors are all amazing. And so just the whole plot line is that this mother is kind of like struggling in her life right now. They're getting audited by like the IRS, and you know, everything's not going her way. Like, her marriage is very shaky. She has a poor relationship with her daughter. Her father's always like dismissive of her, and she just feels like her life's spiraling. And then suddenly, like out of nowhere, her husband starts speaking to her, saying like, "Hi, I'm Raymond, but from a different timeline. I need to prepare you for the dangers that are going to come." And he teaches her how to tap into skills from other timelines of herself. Like, if you made a decision in life that made your life go in a completely different way, you would be in a different spot than where you are right now in your life. So people in this movie tap into all of those other potential futures to get skills. So like one of the first ones is that like Raymond like eats a whole chapstick, like he consumes a chapstick, and he then has the abilities of like kung fu and stuff. Like it's so wacky and wild. It's a great. It is a weird movie. There's I will warn people right now, like it's not the best movie to see around Mixed Company if you don't want to see a like trophy be shoved up a dude's butt and have a whole fight scene where it's wiggling out of his ass. It is blurred out, but like that's the kind of wild you'll end up seeing. There's like people with hot dog fingers at one point. It is insanity. However, it's visually really well done. It is an incredible story about like Asian families and that dynamic of like that culture difference. And I saw it with my own Asian mom, and that was probably one of the strangest, most nerve-wracking experiences of my life, because I was essentially going like, hey, see that? See what's happening there? A little crazy, right? A little crazy? But it's a great movie, seriously, and I love watching that movie again and again because it's so visually wild. If you wanted a multiverse movie and you want to see it done well, watch that movie. It's stunning. It's so good. It's such a beautiful story.
That's awesome.
They canceled Halloween because I was putting razors in people's candies. I don't understand. I thought kids loved gaming equipment. God damn it. You've been handing out candy with Bean Boozled beans in it? No, Quest, don't do that. Bad Quest.
I mean, he's outdoors. What else is he supposed to do?
That's fair.
Like,
I got a question for you, Doug.
Sure.
Got an interesting question for you. If you were going to recommend someone what would it be? More of like not like a movie, but like a long form series that you enjoyed. Like this is something like multiple seasons and stuff like that. What's like a series that you would recommend people that most people wouldn't check out? House. Okay.
House MD. So, believe it or not, during my deployment, I picked up a DVD set of House. And watching him from this beginning, where he kind of been, he's just this smart-ass doctor, but he does what needs to get done, and he's just struggling with the pain that's within his leg, and his only way to cope with it is Vicodin. That alone there is live knees reaction. It is one of those movies where it's just like series that in a way you can relate to him or some of the people on his team, because sometimes like you'll look at some of the patients and the reactions that they have, or some of the cases they're either serious or they're keeping a secret or something like that. Like there was one patient, and I saw this clip, and it's called like The Psychopath. And so basically I forget exactly what she was in the hospital for. However, she had cheated on her husband with someone that she worked with. They had a whole plan and everything, and I guess she got that guy fired because things didn't work out as planned, and because they also had tested her for an STD. And 1 second she's being nice to her husband, and then the next second the script just fucking flips. Like, oh, what the hell are you doing, or whatever. And they cure her whatever she has, and she can no longer keep the facade up. Like, the guy's talking about, oh, we're gonna go on a trip and this, and out of nowhere she just calls him pathetic and just kind of starts roasting him. And her husband doesn't know what to do, but as she's leaving, it's like, what is this? It's like, yeah, you're feeling actual emotions. Like, there's no, facade is up. Game's over. But House himself, he is the most smartest idiot ever.
I feel like that's a good description of him.
Yeah, because when he's on point, he's on point. But when he's doing dumb shit, like pissing off a federal agent that almost took his license from him over Vicodin, like, of all people to fucking piss off and leave in the office alone, you piss off the guy that could fucking get you arrested and all that for your Vicodin addiction.
How many seasons is House?
8.
8. You know, it's a series that I need to see the final season of. Like, this is like the most wild thing. Is like there's at least 2 shows that I thought were pretty good, and I haven't seen the final season of either. I don't think I have. One is The Magicians, which is really, really interesting. It suffers from like, and the other show I'm going to mention, I think they were both sci-fi shows at one point. They suffer from the same thing that a lot of sci-fi shows have when they first start. They have like gratuitous, like very soft, like sex scenes in it for like the first 2 episodes. Like here or like in the first episode, just to kind of get that shock factor in to get people like looking at it. But like as like The Magicians developed, like it became like an actual fascinating series. And it's actually a really cool show if you're interested in seeing a show about people going to a school to learn how to perform magic, like a Harry Potter. But you didn't want like the prep school kind of British way of doing it. You want to see like people, say in college, learning how to do magic, right? That's what The Magicians is more like. It's like Harry Potter college.
So there is one more show. This show that I have to recommend. If no one's ever seen of it, some people might have heard of it. It used to be on Showtime. Actually, the name of the show is called Weeds. So
I've heard the name before.
The premises of Weeds is that the mother of a family loses her husband in some sort of accident. And the only way that she can provide for her family is that she has to start selling weed. So she goes through all sorts of hoops, talks to many different drug dealers. At one point, she was married to a Mexican drug dealer.
Oh no!
Yeah, like it got serious, and there was some comedy as well too. Like at one point, her oldest son, had a relationship with a deaf girl, in which like they were very intimate. They did everything together. Like this was like his first girlfriend type situation. And then he ends up getting her pregnant, and not only does she, like, her parents get pissed off, but she ends up aborting the kid, in which makes him sad because at one point they're having all the like the baby talk or whatever, and it just kind of puts him on a whole path, and he ends up being a part of the family business for selling weed.
Interesting.
It's a I forget how many seasons it is, but I will say that it has a catchy little theme song per se when you watch it.
So the second series I want to recommend to people, if you've never seen it before, this was like a powerhouse on Sci-Fi when it was coming out, is Warehouse 13. If you've never heard of Warehouse 13, let me tell you, you're missing out. If you're a fan of either like historical figures, steampunk, mystery shows, or like weird science stuff, you will love Warehouse 13. It is a really fun little fantasy romp about a warehouse located, I think, in like Idaho or something like that. Like, it's in the middle of nowhere, and it's meant to house all of these things called artifacts. They are objects that had historical significance in the world for one particular person or another, and they have powers of some sort, and they're not fully explained how they work. They just kind of are discovered.
Ginger, what suggestion do you have? I saw you wanted to suggest something.
Yeah, good. But it's 5 seasons. I have the 5-season box set on Blu-ray.
Oh wow.
I just haven't watched the final season.
All right.
I highly recommend Warehouse 13.
All right.
What you got, Doug? What's the next one? Have I seen Doom Patrol? No.
Doom Patrol is on Max. It's a superhero show in which Brendan Fraser is actually in there, and he plays a robot.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've been told it has like a lot of like the weird comic book kind of plot lines to it. So I was interested in it. I want to see it.
So we got the bomb.
Oh, you got the bomb.
Yeah, that's what this is what I was talking about earlier.
He's got the sauce.
Yeah. Number 8. Sauce 8.
I am extra fluffy.
Oh. Ooh. That I just smelled it.
He smelled it. He smelled it.
Where are you? There you go. Yeah.
Drink the bottle.
No.
Chug the bottle.
I don't want to
give the bottle to Iggy.
No. Iggy will die.
Iggy might catch on fire.
There it is. That's a big one. Bottoms up.
I bet you anything, Doug's toilet is going to melt into the floor by the time all of this is said and done. And it'll just be his lower half of his body melted with the toilet.
Oh my god.
Oh, there we go.
Ah.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah.
He has experienced spice.
Fuck me, man.
Doug is recovering, so I want you to tell us, Doug, on a scale of 1 to 10, how have you been enjoying streaming this year?
I've been enjoying streaming pretty well. I say like a good 7, 8.
Okay.
I did catch myself taking quite a bit more breaks than usual, but I think what made it fun this year was that I did the thing in Elden Ring. I feel
It did.
like Elden Ring was the biggest thing ever, and the fact that you and everyone else were able to be a part of it, that alone right there was awesome. The fact that I got to meet Kuru and so many other people that are like, oh, you know, Doug's doing this in Elden Ring. He's spreading his stats out like butter. Why is he spreading his stats out like butter? I got to play games like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. The fact that I stuck through Turtles all the way up to its last DLC, like that alone, I'm just like, you would have thought someone like me would have just dropped it and moved on, but man, whew. Oh. Got one spicy meatball.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, now that you're done your wings, I'm gonna put away my leftovers soon. But I think no, not the hot wings. I know.
How do you feel about streaming so far throughout this entire year? Hi Fab.
I think this year has been a very particular kind of year for me because I wanted to do so much and I never really got the chance to do all the things I wanted to do. But I really want to get the re-debut out the door before the year ends, right? And that's really all this year has been really about to me, is the fact that I can just stream like this, just out of nowhere, without too much going on, and I can still have an audience come back and say hi. Even though I've been like out a week or so, it's almost 2 weeks without a stream, people are sticking around. And I really do appreciate that. Like, the fact that you would come back to see Solus and say hi to him and, you know,
and now
return back to him.
And now they're introduced to Mako.
Yeah, and now you'll see a bit more of the man behind Solus Husk, while I want to do some stuff that's a bit more behind the scenes kind of content, just so that people can see the kind of work that goes into being like a VTuber, because I feel like there are a lot of folks who may be interested in how the sausage is made, so to speak. Like, what it's like to do video editing, you know, things that you do to practice, like, considerations that I need to do when, you know, using a model or something like that. Could be interesting to show people, you know? Like planning out what kinds of streams I want to do as well, and that ideation process. Could be a neat thing to kind of show off. Plus, I wanted a persona that I can put out there where I don't have to perform. Because that's been me for this whole stream, is that I'm just me. I'm not trying to project my voice in such a way so that you can clearly understand everything I'm saying, whenever I'm saying stuff. I'm not trying to get people hyped and motivated. I'm just being me today. And I wanted that delineation because Solus Husk, the character you see, is not me, but faking it, right? It is a version of me that I want people to enjoy. And me just being me, I never really thought people were going to latch onto that. So I kind of kept that away. So for now, that's who Mako is. Mako is just the me who's not going to try for approval. I'm just kind of me.
I feel like Solus as a whole doesn't even have to try for approval.
I'm glad. I mean, if you gravitate toward his personality and the way he thinks and feels, then he's doing his job. But it is like, I have to stress that it is kind of like everything in influencing and stuff like that. It is the best version that I want to put forward of me. That's why I refuse to stream when I don't feel like I'm going to be 100%. Because I feel like everyone deserves a high quality stream from this channel. So that, for me, I really wanted to get this re-debut off the ground, and we are so close to doing it. In fact, Doug, since you're recovering from your hot sauce. How about I give one of my 2 announcements
Go
right
ahead.
now? All right. I'm going to pause this real quick. Okay. This is the moment, everybody. I have something I'm going to show you all. I know you've been waiting on it. I said I was going to give you an announcement, a little surprise. Very few people have seen this, and I'm gonna post it on the Discord later so everyone can rewatch it. But this is a little preview teaser trailer for the re-debut.
Boy.
So
if you're not on
hope you enjoy.
if you're not on the Soulless Husk side of the stream, you better pop in there and watch the trailer.
It'll be real quick, so you only got a couple seconds left while I go and drink some water before we turn it on. You better pop on over, even if it's just for a minute. But before I play it, so I can get people to pop in, the re-debut has been a huge labor of love. I have sunk, of all total assets, a lot of money, like greater than thousands of dollars, into this project. It is the contribution of many, many people. And my goal was not to make money from this. My goal was simply to create a piece of art that I wanted to show people. And to get that vision across, there was a lot of things I wanted to do my way. And we don't normally get the chance to do that in life, to make things meticulously the way we want them to be for an art piece. And we're so close to realizing it, and it is a reflection of what I truly wanted to do for streaming. So, without further ado, let's see this little quick preview, shall we? There we go.
Wow.
So I hope to have it released within this year. I'm not going to put a month on it just in case things go poopy doopy. But we're hoping to roll it out this year. And it's not just a re-debut. It is an entire performance that will have interactivity with the chat. It'll have voice acting and cameos from people you may have seen from the community. And it's not just a flash in the pan, this is the re-debut and that's it, and then streams go back to normal. No. I'm going to be reinventing how I stream, and the things you see in the re-debut will stick with us for future streams. So it is a very big undertaking, a very, very big one. We're using tech that is still in development as well. That's constantly being updated and improved, which is super awesome. The amount of detail that is going to be available is really, really high. Plus, there is plans on the future having a very small viewing party of sorts where folks can literally enter the phylactery via VR chat. That is part of our roadmap of things we want to be doing. So I hope you get to sit in and enjoy the re-debut. And a half announcement is that Doug is going to be cameoing in the re-debut as well.
I'm going to actually be doing some voice acting, which I've submitted lines for, but you're gonna have to wait and see what role I play.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it. He's got a great little role to play on that. and we were going to have voice actors and actresses from across our little end of the VTubing world. Some faces that you may know, maybe some new faces that you've never seen before. So that'll be super fun. Look forward to that.
Great. Without further ado, back on. Time for sauce number 9. Dawson's hot sauce. Zuzu's 7-pot sauce. Heat meter 9 out of 10. It's got red pepper, 7 hot peppers, vinegar, garlic, extra virgin olive oil, sambuca, ghost pepper, sea salt, fennel seed, and
That sounds like it's gonna punch you in the face when you eat it.
that's what it feels. That's what it's probably gonna do. It's gonna reach through the fucking bottle and yeah, that definitely smells spicy. You just saw my face, didn't you?
I saw your reaction to that. I'm just like, oh.
Oh my god. Good, it leaked in the bowl, because I do not want it to hit the ground. In case anyone's wondering, Iggy is tipped over next to me. Let me,
I was concerned Iggy would take one lick of that and just like immediately turn into lava.
Iggy's right here, folks, so don't worry.
Don't touch Iggy with your spicy hands.
He does. I don't have the spicy on my hands. Everything's
okay.
All right, bottoms up.
Yeah, look at him just devouring that thing. Jesus.
Where is it?
Good?
It's good. Oh.
Man's still hanging in there. But by how much, I don't know. I truly do not know.
There's the kick. I felt it down my throat.
Oh boy.
So,
Yo, give me like a half minute. I'm gonna go take a tinkle.
all right.
I'll be right back. Don't worry. I will be back.
So, chat, while I'm slowly dying, what questions do you have for me? Anything you want to know, ask. Whew. God, now I feel like I can really breathe fire. Maybe I should have been a dragon instead of a rabbit. Oh man. That smell is strong though, I will say that. Oh my god. Are you back, Mako? Mako there. He mini? Wait, did he shrink? Oh, he did shrink. Mako, you shrank.
I did.
There you go.
But I'm back now.
So,
He's going in the pocket. I could have been elemental. It's true.
So, your go-to animal is a cat.
Yeah.
It's a cat for Solus, as well as the Wandering Souls, even
Mhm.
Mako. What is the inspiration behind using a cat?
Because I think people classify cats really incorrectly. I think dog people have given cats a bad name. Because like I'll be bluntly honest, like I used to be afraid of cats. I used to have a great fear of cats. However, there's something about like cats that are very mysterious to me. Like they are such elegant creatures and they're so interesting. They're so fast and they're so like what do you call it? Silent. They're just very interesting. And the thing that is probably the most shocking out of all the things I could talk about with cats and me, I have never owned a cat.
Really?
Never. And I should. I'd like to. I just haven't yet. But in the future, I'd like to. I really would. Because I told myself the only way I'm going to get myself a cat is when I finally have myself together enough that I could support another living being. And I have been doing my damnedest to try and get myself together. Like, for the folks who've been like in the Solus House Discord channel, you'll know that I got some really bad medical news within the last like couple months, and because of it, I have changed my diet, started incorporating some exercise, and I've dropped like over 25 pounds now. So like it's been a journey, and I can say with confidence that I'm now more put together than I have ever been. So maybe soon. Yeah, get Noodle a kitty definitely is going to be a goal of mine. And like I think I do a lot of representation of like black cats because number one, I know it's not just the stereotype, because I think like my sister had a black cat when she left our parents' place at one point. And I know just in general, like people always kind of like associate black cats with like magical stuff and things like that. So it's always added another layer of mystique that I enjoyed. You've consumed those 25 pounds. Yeah, I'd like to get a cat in the future. I hope it works out for me. I hope my health works out in my favor too. But I'll say this right now. I've said this to some people. I did do blood work more recently, and
Looking good.
well, I won't say what in particular is looking better, but I'll illustrate it like this. My previous blood work, the number that I wanted to change was deep in the red.
Oh boy.
And like deep in the red. And when I got back my blood work, I was 0.2 away from being in the green. So within like 5 months, I went from Solus, you will end up as a dead body soon, to I think he might be okay. So good old Mako Noodle ain't gonna die immediately. That's the goal, and I'm trying to make the goal happen. I did have my wake-up call. Well, I mean, like, the doctor literally said, like, while you don't have cancer, you better treat what you do have like it is. And I'm like, sure, I'll give it the same level of seriousness. I applied myself. I was like, heck yeah. Gonna really treat this seriously, monitor my health, monitor what I eat, what I do, keep a close eye on it. Like, I'm eating fried chicken right now. It seems like a bad call, right? I wouldn't have done this had I not eaten a very healthy lunch. Like whole grain, spinach, falafel. Like it was very light on meat. and I checked all of like my various different medical instruments and be like, oh yeah, how am I doing? How's caloric intake? How's the rest of like my body functioning? And until everything gave me a green light, then I'm like, okay, it's spicy chicken time. I can enjoy myself. I did it responsibly, you know?
Yeah.
Doug, it's been a hot day, like physically.
I know. Like in 80 degrees, and now it being like 72 and whatnot.
Yeah. For folks who want to get like some context, we already said like Doug's out like in the New York. I am also in the East Coast within a relative range of Doug, and so our side of like the US is like tonight has been just absurdly hot for no reason. Because it's been pretty cold, and then like tonight it was like 76 Fahrenheit, like right now, outside my place.
Right now it's still 72.
Yeah, it's crazy, and this is Halloween.
Like
this is ridiculous.
It was 80 earlier today, and then tomorrow is supposed to be 79 with a low of 52.
Absolute madness.
Yeah. God.
You're sweating. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
I do have one more announcement. And this one, you're going to be real excited for, Doug.
Oh, really?
I think you in particular are going to be real excited for this because I have a feeling you will. There's been something that has been stood up in the background for the re-debut, and that is the soundtrack for the re-debut and for future streams. We have a concept album that we've been using to get the look and feel of the new stream stuff together, and this particular album of sorts, I am going to be releasing the entire original soundtrack on YouTube for people to listen to. And that is coming out tonight.
No.
Yep. And you'll be able to, if you go and watch go to the video for the soundtrack, you'll actually get another sneak preview of the look for the re-debut.
That's amazing, Solus.
Mm-hmm. So that's it. It is 57 minutes of soundtrack for you guys to take in. It is not the most perfect thing in the world. It is, something that was thrown together to get the look and feel, but it's got some songs that people really do enjoy. I know that the Doug really loves the Out of Mana podcast theme song. It's on there too.
I'll fight someone if they try to get the Out of Mana podcast theme song. like you have no idea how much I love that song.
I know you love that song.
It's such a bop, though.
It is such a bop. It's so good. But you ask when it is? Yeah, I'm probably gonna release it as soon as the stream ends. I'm gonna make it public.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm literally just gonna tee that up right now so I can go ahead and flip the switch when the stream's over. So you can find it at just the Solus Husk YouTube channel. Look for the Skeleton Man. You'll know where to find him. And it's 57 minutes 18 seconds of concept album stuff, including there is 3 opening theme songs, 3 ending theme songs, several ambiance pieces, the raid song. There are backing tracks like the ones you're hearing right now for my stream end. We've got one that is absolutely wild. That's the curse, and that song is unhinged. We've got all sorts of little interesting songs that folks will be interested in. And you're going to hear some in the re-debut. You're going to hear some when I'm doing my streams. So, check it out. And if you are a artist who makes music and you'd like to cover/improve these songs, you can always reach out to me via my business email, and we could potentially work together for a commission so that you can bring these songs to their final conclusion. Because remember, this is a concept album. These are songs that I would have wanted to have made differently, but the core of the song I want is there. So if anyone out there is a musical artist who would like to spruce up and revamp and make these songs bigger and better, if you can sing, if you can make music, that'd be great. You'd be helping out the stream there. I already have at least one artist right now that I'm talking to, which the community may know as well, who is interested in covering 1 or 2 songs. So that's going to be super exciting. So there's so many things to come. So many things. The re-debut itself is hopefully going to be within this year. I don't have an exact date because we're still working out some technical difficulties with the office. We were supposed to have it operational sooner, but we ran into some issues because the tech we're using for the office itself is ever evolving, and the original export method has changed dramatically and has caused an issue. Yeah, it is soon. It's very soon. It's just within this year.
I know y'all, I don't mean to interrupt. I know y'all just saw me snatch Iggy from his bottom legs, but he looked like he was gonna fall off the couch if he moved towards the edge a little bit more.
I gotta reposition Iggy before he falls.
Yeah. There's no animal abuse or anything like that. This is just me saving my dog, okay? Because I don't need him falling on his head and then just oh, what happened? No, I'd rather...
Yeah, please save the Iggy.
I'd rather snatch him by his legs, him jump up like that. What's going on? And then, because he just repositioned himself back on the pillow. There we go. Yes, doggo saved.
Well done.
Do you have anything you want to ask me before the last dab Solus?
Ooh. What do I want to ask Doug? What are you most proud of in your streaming setup? It could be like a tool, it could be a type of content, it could be something you do on stream. What is the thing you're most proud of?
I think I'm most proud of the different overlays that I have. Something like
the overlays.
Yeah, something like this that I kind of just threw together within an hour. I have a overlay specifically for speedrunning for Resident Evil, a general speedrunning one, a Resident Evil one. I have a TMNT overlay where I'm playing any TMNT game on there, and then I have a Shredder's Revenge overlay. But then there's some that I'm proud of that I commissioned through my artist friend and my partner Andrew, in which he's done the Doug's Gaming Channel overlay, where it's like an arcade machine for the chat and all that, and art of me and my wife in a corner, or my stream starting, the intro that he's done for me, and when I'm closing up shop and all that, which I normally use on YouTube. I don't really use it here. I feel like where I was before in the beginning, just without direction and all that, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've been streaming for a long time, since 2015, since 2015, and I've had a lot of different adventures in my streaming. I took a pause for a bit on Twitch. I've stuck directly with YouTube. An ex-friend thought it'd be cool for me to try streaming on Facebook Gaming. That was all right, and then I just kind of found the right people to surround myself with, and here I am, 2-3 years later, back on Twitch. Not only just streaming on Twitch, but still doing YouTube content on the side. And I feel like I've been able to embrace not just who I am as a streamer, and like with my PNG tubing, from me being a Day of the Dead skeleton to sometimes a rabbit, which I am right now, a fire rabbit at that, but to also meet so many great people, as well as involve myself within the communities, from like the collabs, the speed running events that I've been a part of, or just chilling like what we're doing here. You know, I've enjoyed a lot. I've enjoyed streaming a lot more compared to where I was in the beginning, trying to find myself.
Nice.
And with that said, last stab.
The last dub.
Oh, man.
Do it. Do it.
Hold on.
Do it. Do it.
Everyone just saw me dab before I put the last dab on there.
Doug, you're disgraced.
Here we go. The last dab. It's got flavor to it.
Good. It would suck if it was just heat and that's it.
I feel the heat. Let me run that back. It's not.
Were you gonna get more on it?
I'm not feeling it at. Oh. Never mind. The actions of my consequence. The consequences to my action.
His brain's misfiring already. I think it's reaching him.
Ooh, yeah, that's hot.
Okay.
One challenge completed.
Well done. Ooh. Worth the price?
Yeah. Some of them I feel like they're... give me a second. That's what I get for talking shit.
Yeah, you start talking shit, it's just like, oh, well, that's okay. If that's what you want to do.
Oh. Some of them are pretty good. They're not as hot as what I expected, but
you seemingly enjoyed all of them, which is really nice.
the ones that snuck up on me the most, I will say, is the power jabber right here, the Diablo, the bomb,
Mm-hmm.
and then the last dab. Like, I was expecting for it to just be nothing but heat, but it definitely lives up to where it needs to. Ow, are you okay? You don't care. Iggy's just like,
Did you see that little Iggy side eye when you pat him? Like, what do you want? What are you looking at me for?
yeah. I'm just laying on this pillow. Technically, I got 5 more wings, but that has mango habanero on there, and I want to enjoy those for another time. Oh. I'm about to breathe fire out of my mouth.
You're gonna be breathing fire out of a different orifice soon, but don't worry about that one.
Probably should grab a cup of milk while I'm at it.
I feel like that's a smart move.
I'll be right back, folks. Oh my god.
And there he goes, off into the distance. The man who swallowed the hot sauce. Hope everyone's having a happy Halloween. It's funny, I was mentioning to Debellies before that it was almost prophetic that I am now like using this model from myself because last Halloween, I think it was last Halloween, I did Endoparasitic, where I had like cat ears glued onto Solus's head. So I was just like, oh yeah, it all comes around full circle in many different ways.
Much better. Fire put out. Purdy. Oh my god. It's still kind of there, but... That's what I get for talking shit about the last dab.
Yeah, you're just like, it's not
No, and then I added extra to it, and it's like, yeah, fucker.
You added more. Like, come on, dude. What are you doing?
I thought I had it, you know? I was about to send Sean Sears a message. Hey, just did your challenge. It ain't shit. Just did your challenge. I retract my statement. Overall, it's a good set. If you like spicy sauces, I would recommend it. But the ones I would really recommend are the Diablo. This Biscaya tropical looking sauce. Let me read the ingredients. Passion fruit, chili pepper, carrot, lemon juice, garlic, organic sugar, kosher salt. See? I knew that it was
neat.
So I love that they each have ingredients on there too, so you know what they put in there. Oh man. The whiskey smoke ghost definitely goes down smooth. Oh, it has apple cider vinegar, white balsamic vinegar, onions, tomato paste, date syrup, Uncle Nearest 1856 whiskey, smoked blood, bajol peppers, kosher salt, and black pepper. Please don't get drunk off of this hot sauce. Just because it has whiskey in here doesn't mean you need to turn into an alcoholic over hot sauce.
Please don't.
Yeah, you might burn yourself up on the insides. You don't want that. But the bomb, the last dab, I was expecting more out of Dawson's since this is supposed to be level 9.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel it. Maybe I needed to put an extra dab on there for me to feel it. Because like what I would do is like I would bite into it and also make sure that I put it on my tongue too, so that way I know that's where I'm gonna feel it at.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I felt it going down my throat, but it wasn't as hot as I want it to be. Some of the sauces here are pretty good flavor-wise, but if you're looking for heat, it's gonna be the last dab, the bomb, and the Diablo. But even with the Diablo, it's not that hot. You can probably buy these sauces separate. These sauces were in the season 22 of Hot Ones. I might be using these a little bit recreationally, not as much, but you know, I'll probably.
I'm a medical user of hot sauce.
Yeah, like.
You may be a recreational user, but I medically use my hot sauce.
But for now, I'm probably just gonna put these up in the box that it came in. So, because it's got little full compartments for each sauces, and since I already have it organized based on like the heat and all that, I can just put them back accordingly. But
yeah, it should just slide right in, right?
yeah, but that is really it for episode 1 of Warm Fellas, as we call it. Mako, is there anything that you want to talk about last minute before we just kind of like say, you know, that's it?
Hold on, it's coming to me. I have small cat brain, give it a sec. The brain cell is being acquired. If you haven't gotten a chance to say hi to the people you care about, you should. We're in the season of saying hello to your neighbors and being kind. So you should do that.
November is literally around the corner within the next few hours. For some of you on the Far East, November's already here. So you have Thanksgiving to look forward to, as well as the thawing of Mariah Carey for Christmas. So once the Thanksgiving parade hits, that's it. That's all you're gonna hear in the stores if you don't hear her already. But keep those very close to you and cherish all the friendships, relationships, companionships, whatever you have, whether it's with a significant other, your parents, your brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, even if it's your dog, or in Mako's case, Sebastian.
Yes, Sebastian, my Roomba.
Because you just you never know what could happen, you know. I do appreciate that we were able to do this. I thought this would be something fun because honestly, I didn't want to just do this by myself and then it just be like, oh well, you know. But I kind of like this kind of format of dialogue, of just chilling and eating and just conversing like this. What are your What are your thoughts on everything so far?
I like it. Definitely if we could have some, like, if you can have some questions in the chamber to fire off at me / you or whomever you're having for your Warm Fellas, and that person have some questions ready for you in the case we don't get any questions from like the chats, just to be that extra bit more prepared.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, if there's ever a time that you guys would like another stream like this, where we're just chilling and eating and just having a back and forth like this, because it's like sometimes you just want to turn the camera on, but at the same time it's like I don't want to do shit, you know. Maybe I just want to eat. Maybe I want to just call some friends and then just talk about each other's day and just oh, what are you eating and whatnot. Yeah, I think this is something like really fun, and even if you know, you would like to be a guest on Warm Fellas, or if it's just me and Solus, just let me know, because I'm willing to do something like this again down the line. Mako, do you have anyone that you would like to raid into as we wrap up?
That is an excellent question. Who can we raid into today? There's a number of folks who are streaming right now. I mean, we got Namine, who has just started up stream recently.
Oh yeah.
Simpsons Hit and Run.
She's been grinding out some Hit and Run for a minute, and she's been having such like a hard work week, and I think this is finally one of the few times that she's able to kind of stream between the chaos. So, you know what? Chat, let's raid into Nami.
Let's head over to Nami. Normally I'd ask you to fetch me their souls, but I'm gonna make a new raid message just for today. There we go. If you're a subscriber, you can go ahead and use this one because it's chicken time. It's chicken time, everybody.
Yes, it definitely is chicken time. Y'all have a good night. Take care, and we will catch you guys in the next stream.
Hang on for the raid. We'll see you later. Bye for now.
Bye.